Hi, I'm Simon from The Red Ferret, and today I'm going to review the Infinix Zero 8. I've been using this device for 2 weeks, so let's see how it holds up. So straight out of the box, the Infinix Zero 8 is a very big device, as you can see. It's a big plastic phone, so the back is plastic with USB-C on the bottom, one speaker grill and an audio jack for audio, of course. You don't see that a lot on phones anymore these days. Some buttons on the side for volume and unlocking the phone, a 2-setup camera module on the front, and on the back you see this weird thing. Well, this has a name. They call this the Jam Cut Surface, and it has a 4-camera module, which I'm going to talk about further in this video, and also a flashlight on the bottom. It's pretty futuristic if you ask me, and of course also a pretty big camera bump, but you don't notice it a lot, as you can see. Maybe a little bit, but it's not that annoying. What is also cool, and which brings me to the next part of this video, that's the software. Those are the 2 cameras. There's a pretty cool animation when you start up the phone, which references the 2 cameras on the top, so that's cool. But the software, so let's talk about that. When I buy a new phone, for me, I always use the main software installed. This is Android 10 with the OS 7 software preloaded on this phone, which also means that you have a lot of bloatware, and I don't really like that. Bloatware, for people who are not familiar with the concept, it means that there are apps and software things pre-installed on this device, which you can't, in certain cases, not delete. And the second thing, you will also get notifications of random games, for example. As you can see, all these notifications, I didn't put these notifications, I didn't install these notifications, so they all come out of nowhere on this phone, and it's annoying. Hot searches, for example, I don't know what that is. There's Xteam pre-installed, Danger Dash, Face Unlock, Magic Align, Majestic Quest, X Club, X Share, X Theme. Those are all things I can't delete, and that's for me a bit annoying. Some people will say, oh, why are you whining about some apps that are pre-installed? Yeah, maybe you're not really annoyed by that or bothered by that, but there are also workarounds. You can install a Nova launcher, for example, another launcher where you don't have these apps and all that stuff. But for me, I really want to use the software that comes out of the box. That's very important for me, and for this device, I don't really like all the bloatware, to be honest. So, we covered the part of the bloatware, but does the software actually run fast? It does. This device has a MediaTek MT6785 Helio G90T chipset inside, and it's very fast, so it's very good for gaming and using the camera module. I'm going to talk about all those things further in this video. But overall, this works very fast, as you can see. This is an LCD with 90Hz refresh rate, and it looks very good in my opinion. If you go inside the manager on the top over all your settings and stuff, you have some cool things like the ultra power, which is used to have even more battery life. You can have a dark theme gaming mode for even faster experiences. Eye care, one hand, silent screen recording, data saver, bike mode, power boost. There are a lot of things you can do with this device. Another thing I really want to talk about and really want to point out, the fingerprint scanner on the side is extremely fast. Like, it's instant. It's instant. And I've never used a phone on which it goes that fast. I've seen videos from Unbox Therapy, for example, showing the fastness of fingerprint scanners, fingerprint unlock things, and this is actually, for me, the first time I've used something in real life that also has that fastness to it. So this is, for example, a finger that's not included. So you'll see it does nothing. It only buzzes because I don't have the finger, it's not recognized. And now I'm going to use my thumb, which is recognized. So this is actually instant. Did you see that? That's extremely fast. So let's close again. So I'm just going to put my finger 1, 2, 3, poof. Oh, okay. Extremely fast. This is also stuff I don't really like. So you have this screen with boost, clean, update, WhatsApp, which is not even installed on this device, with a red flame with it. That just looks weird. For me, it's annoying. For you, it might not be annoying, the bloatware, but if I would give this phone to my mom, for example, she wouldn't understand what's happening. And she would probably click on every notification she gets, which is not good. So now, okay, let's talk about this gem on the back of the phone. The 4 cameras on this device. And I've tested this camera software more than once, and I still probably haven't tested every single thing that you can do with this. This is crazy. There are a lot of things you can do with all these different cameras. So I'm just going to go over these cameras. So you have an ultra wide 8 megapixel camera. There is an ultra night video camera. There's a 64 megapixel HD ultra night camera, which has a Sony IMX686 camera, which supports 4K video up to 960 frames per second. It also has a bokeh camera, and the front facing cameras are 48 megapixel front facing camera, a super wide angle selfie with 8 megapixel front facing camera with eye tracking, and the cameras also have ultra steady mode. So there are a lot of things to go over in these cameras. So I'm just going to show you quickly what you can actually see. So you have different things like short video, for example. I'm assuming that's some kind of TikTok-ish thing that's preloaded on this device. You have video, you can change this, and you can have wider angle and smaller angle. You have the AI camera, you have the beauty mode, of course, on every Android phone. There's the beauty mode. You have the portrait mode, super night mode as well. So there are a lot of things you can do with this phone camera wise. You have HDR on the top as well. You can change between 4:3 or 1:1 as aspect ratio goes. And then you have a lot of extra settings, as you can see, grid touch capacity, auto watermark, all those things. And if you go up, you can see everything you can do with this device. So it's pretty crazy. I did some test shots, as you can see, and I think the pictures look pretty nice. I always have the feeling that they look a bit grainy coming from cheaper phones compared to an iPhone, for example. Yes, I know I use Apple, I use iPhone, don't shoot me for that, but I try to be as unbiased as possible when reviewing these things. I always think they are a bit grainy, but for the price, this is amazing. This is very good, very good quality. So I'm just going to shoot a video. So this is now a video with the 2 times zoomed in camera, as you can see, and I'm pretty far away from my camera over there, and as you can see, the focusing goes very fast. This is the regular camera, and just look at that quality. The black is really black, if you ask me, on the video, and overall this camera quality is very good. This is the wide angle shot. As you can see, that's a lot wider. I have to go a lot closer to my camera to get it inside the frame, as you can see. So I'm going to try to film myself now a little bit. So this is now with lights pointed towards me. So now you can see the quality coming from the phone. Of course, with the microphone inside the phone included. So there's no external microphone. So in this case, you can actually see that this is probably okay for vlogging or for making YouTube videos if you have a good lighting setup, maybe with an external microphone as well. But this camera actually works very well, if you ask me. There is also a beauty camera mode. That's not really something for me. I think that's something for kids who are 15, 14 years old or something. No offense if you're using it, but for older people like someone who's 25, I don't know if you will be using that kind of AI making yourself look beautiful but look fake and plastic picture. Yeah, that's my opinion about that, but it is there. So if you want to use it, you can use it. It's also nice that it has an ultra night mode, which is good. Not amazing, but you can't expect everything from this device at that price, of course. But it does have 4 cameras on the back and 2 cameras on the front, which is awesome for the price. So for shooting videos or pictures, this is a great device. Now for the battery, which is a very big topic for me on this device. It has a 33 watt fast charger included in the box, which is something you don't see a lot Apple, for example, doing in their boxes. They don't even include chargers anymore in their new phones. So this is a fast charger, and this is the cable. It has a very nice orange design, if you ask me, on the inside. And for real, this charges extremely fast. I had like 5% battery life left when I went to the toilet one day. I plugged it in, went to the toilet for about 5 minutes or something, short bathroom break, went back to my phone, and it had 25% battery. After, I think, less than 5 minutes, that's crazy if you ask me. Today, for example, it really had only 1% battery life left. So I charged it for about, I think, 40 or 35 minutes, and I was on 89%, 91%. I think I now have 89% because I've been using it now for the video. So for me, that means if you forget it to charge it, just plug it in for 5 minutes and you have 20 to 30% battery life extra, which is something you can't do with an iPhone, of course. This battery holds up easily for more than 2 days if you use it normally. Like if you would be using it for 12 hours straight for gaming, then you would probably have to charge it in about a day or a day and a half. But for regular usage like I do, for example, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it will hold up for at least 2 days or more. This is a 4500 milliamp hour battery compared to this iPhone XR. That's a very big difference. This only has 2942 milliamp hours, or 3000 milliamp hours compared to 4500. And the size is, of course, as you can see, a pretty big difference, but the battery difference is even bigger than the size difference if you compare these two phones. So yeah, if you're someone who really needs your battery a lot, who really uses your phone a lot, and you don't want to charge your phone a lot because electricity is not cheap, then this is a pretty great phone. Now, okay, another big thing about this phone, it has a big screen, it has a nice screen quality as well. So how good is gaming on this device? A cool thing I said at the start of this video, it has an audio jack, so you can use a headset for gaming, for example, if you're into that. And it of course runs with the Helio G90T set, which makes sure your gaming experience is very smooth. So I'm just going to start up a game so you can see how fast it actually goes. So this is Asphalt 9. That's a game that's used a lot for reviews on phones. And this is actually the very first time I'm booting this. I've just downloaded it. Yeah, now I have to download Google Play games. So the cool thing on the top of this device, I'm also comparing to my iPhone again. You can see how much internet speed you have, 2 megabytes per second, which is cool. Okay, so it took some time to actually install everything and stuff, because you have to allow and you have to install Google Play and all that thing. So let's just press play and see how fast this actually runs. I don't know how to play, by the way, so I'm just winging this. Probably have to use my fingers. Okay. How do you steer? Ah, okay, and drifting? Ah, you probably don't have to steer. Or do you? But as you can see, it runs very smooth. And I won, I think. Of course, the sound is coming only from this speaker, which can be a bit annoying if you're playing games, but that's why the audio jack is there. Now, overall, let's round up this device with some extra stuff you probably maybe did not know from the start of this video. It has the double SIM, so 2 SIM cards which you can use, and it has the SD card storage as well for some extra storage on this device. The cameras are great, as well as the front-facing cameras, as well as the 4 back-facing cameras. The rear cameras work very well, and you have a lot of options to make everything like your own experience and to do professional shoots as well. Charging plus battery life, amazing. There is no phone I've used which has this kind of battery life and which charges this fast, so that's a big plus for me. It's, in my opinion, a device for hardcore use. So it's a device for gaming. As you can see, it's big. It has a big screen. It's nice to hold, it's firm to hold, and it has a very good processor for gaming as well. The screen looks nice, it's bright, it has good colors, and it's a workhorse. It's a very good phone with good battery life. So for gaming, very good phone. If you compare this again to my iPhone, for example, in my opinion, this iPhone, the iPhone XR, or an iPhone in general, is not really made for gaming, I think. These are mainly for business stuff, mailing, writing, calling, FaceTiming, all those kind of things, and these are for gaming. These are very good, and they have a very good internal processor which is capable of doing some amazing stuff. So very good phone. Also iPhone XR, of course. If you're an iPhone fanboy or an Apple fanboy, this is also a very good phone. I'm using this as a daily driver, so no offense as well. But yeah, in my opinion, I think this is a bit better for gaming because it has a bit bigger screen and better battery life by far. Maybe some negative things. I don't like the bloatware on this device. I've said it at the start of this video. There's a lot of bloatware, and you can't change that if you want to, but then it's not an original phone anymore, and I don't really like the operating system and all the notifications. But yeah, that's something you get at a phone for that price point, with very good camera, by the way. Again, very good battery life, very good screen to body ratio, very good screen. Very fast software, but of course you have the bloatware and you gotta live with it if you buy a phone like this. And one question I always ask me with these phones, will it get a lot of software updates? Because you know, iPhones, Samsung, OnePlus, for example, they get software updates every other month or something like that. This phone, I don't know. I've read some reviews, people saying it will only get like one software update a year. We don't actually know that for sure, but these are questions I ask myself when buying a phone. But to round everything off, this phone, believe me or not, only costs $260. That's a fraction of the price of an iPhone right now. An iPhone like this size and what this can do costs $800, something like that. For $260, you have a 128 gigabyte phone which you can game on and which you have a lot of camera things you can do with it. So this is a no-brainer for people who are looking for a very cheap phone. You have, of course, the bloatware out of the box. That's something I don't really like. I've already said it a lot. But if you're not really annoyed by bloatware, or if you're maybe using a Nova launcher or something like that, you won't see a lot of issues with it. So this is one of the best phones right now for that price. The Infinix Zero 8. If you have more questions about this phone, leave them in the comment section down below, of course, and I'll be glad to help you. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. If you didn't, leave a dislike and tell us why so we can improve our videos in the future. And I hope I'll see you in our next video.